Let you into a little secret that makes a massive difference to my life. Batch cooking, a big old pan of food. Could be a bolognese, a soup, a stew. In this case, I'm gonna show you how to make a beautiful veggie casserole, right? With roasted squash, chickpeas, mushrooms, tomatoes. But from that, you can do so many different dishes. Got a butternut squash there. Very carefully, put the tip in the center and then go carefully all the way down and then rotate it carefully all the way down and then take these seeds out. So what I want to do is amplify flavour of veggies all the way through this recipe so you don't just get kind of boiled veg, you get delicious food. So by roasting the squash, we're going to literally double or triple the flavour. I'm only going to put a little bit of olive oil on this squash and salt, and that's it. Now the oven is at 180 degrees Celsius, which is 350 Fahrenheit, straight onto the bars, skin side down, and that will start concentrating the flavour there. So I've got 400 grams of your everyday cheap mushrooms. I'm just gonna literally break up these mushrooms and go in dry to the pan. No oil at the moment. It's gonna dehydrate the mushrooms and concentrate their flavour. Let's give this a little stir. You can see the moisture coming out of the mushrooms. So let that crack on for 10 minutes. Okay, let's talk about more veggies. 4 onions, peeled, and 4 peppers. And with the peppers, thumb goes in, right? And then you can split open the pepper like that, take the seeds out, and then I'm gonna tear it up chunky. Big chunks, like 2-inch chunks. As I stir it, it's almost squeaking because it's scalding it, it's charring it. So it's giving it a toasty, smoky flavour. So roughly chop the onions, and in they go. Salt and pepper. And we'll let that carry on and scald and steam and intensify for another 10 minutes. And then I'm going to get some chickpeas, some tomatoes, and some tapenade. It's chopped up olives. What I love about this is it's a flavour bomb waiting to happen. So that's a nice little hack and an ingredient that I love to have at home always. And 2 garlic cloves will be enough. Peel this garlic and finely slice. So we go in with 2 tablespoons of olive oil and 2 garlic. Then we can go in with the tapenade, 2 tablespoons straight in there. Deep flavours, seasoning again. I'm going to go in also with 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. And what that will give you is this beautiful kind of sweet and sour veggie base, deep in flavour. And when that's cooked away, then, and only then, we can add the wet stuff, the tinned tomatoes, whole plums. You'll get a sweeter flavour. 2 tins, clean hands, scrunch it. This is what the nonnas do in Italy, the grandmothers. And then once you've done that, fill these tins up with water. That'll clean the tin out and also gives you the perfect amount of moisture to really make this into a lovely casserole-y stew. And then the chickpeas. Now you can go for cheap tinned chickpeas and they're nice. But the extraordinary chickpeas are the jarred ones, right? They're more expensive, but they're twice the size. They're twice as delicious, and they're creamy and amazing. So look out for these in delis. You can get them online. You can get them in certain supermarkets. So whether using jars or tins of chickpeas, go in with them, juice and all, right? All the juice. That juice is very useful. Beautiful. Bring that to the boil. Let me just wash my hands. So look, as that comes to the boil, you'll see that begin to thicken. So give it a nice stir, tiny little bit of seasoning, not too much because it's going to reduce down. Hopefully what you've got from this method is that I'm commanding flavour out of veggies at every stage, and I'll finish it in the oven. Let's check in on the squash. Look, we've already got a nice bit of colour there. You might want to use a pair of tongs. I'm going to place that squash on the stew like that. Just push it down and then place this back in the oven. So we'll carry on cooking that at 180 degrees Celsius, which is 350 Fahrenheit, for like an hour and a half until everything is just gorgeous and cooked through. And then you can stir that squash in big hunks through it. That amazing casserole took less than half an hour to put together to get to that stage. And then you let the oven do all the work. So it smells amazing. It's had an hour and a half. Look at it blipping away. I love it when it does that. Proper hearty food. Get yourself a spoon. Now, the reason that I've roasted the squash on top is so you get maximum roast, which is maximum flavour. Also, the skin on butternut squash is utterly delicious, like candy. Get a spoon in and just break it up into little hunks of squash. Give it a nice little mix up, then have a little taste. You can adjust with a little salt and pepper, and something I like to do is just a little thimble of vinegar, just to bring the flavour out, make it a little bit kind of lighter, more tangy. That is a great dish in its own right. Oh, massive flavour. So there you go. One pan squash and chickpea casserole. What are you waiting for? You need to get some of that in your life. What I tend to do is freeze most of it, but from this dish, there's so many things you can do.
You can rustle up loads of different dishes with flavours from all around the world. Go Italian and simply have it with toast, delicious pesto and buffalo mozzarella. Or serve it Spanish style with chorizo and potatoes. And I love to spice up my chickpea and squash casserole with curry paste to turn it into a gorgeous veggie curry.
Look at this.
Or my favourite curry.
Do you prefer veggie curry to meat?
100%.
Pet, sort your dad out. Go on.
This is the best day ever, Dad.
I want to let you into a little secret that makes a massive